Wellness. Today we're in Corolla, North Carolina, or Currituck, out in the Outer Banks area, coast of North Carolina. We're doing a little bit of mat workout on the outside area, a little bit of outside wilderness here in the park. Got a mat put out here with a stretch out strap. If you don't have a stretch out strap, just use a regular belt or a towel or something like that, okay, for lengthwise and for what you need it for. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to start just on our knees. We're going to go the ball of the feet into our toe sit, kneeling sit position here on the ball of the foot. What I want to do is to just take the strap into maybe the two of these. I'm going to go out a little bit wider so I can get my hands a little bit wider. So probably about 4 straps out. So about a little bit wider than shoulder, or about shoulder width. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come forward and lift my body up. Flip over to the top of my feet, sit down into the kneeling position, lower the arms down, and hinge out. A forward bend here, kind of child's pose at a rest here, and then I'm going to come back. Lift up, arms extend, lift my body up, elongating the head and pelvis away from each other. Reach into the ball of the feet, curl the toes under, sit down the ball of the feet. I'm going to sit back up again. I'm going to lower down to the tops of the feet, lower the arms into a kneeling position. Put some pillows or towels underneath the sit bones and to the heels. Kind of prop yourself if you need to. Roll myself back up to the top and then lift my arms and then follow my head reaching away from the pelvis. Curl the toes and sit back down. I'm going to go one more time. I'm going to lift my body weight up, draw the navel in as I do that. Go down to the tops of the feet, lower down to a kneeling position, fall forward, rolling, and extend back out. Okay, so from here I'm going to stay in this position. I'm going to lift my arm towards you and rotate. It's a little spinal rotation. And I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm pressing this hand down as I lift, and I look out underneath my armpit, and I come back down. One more time each side. We lift up. You can do as many as you want on this. You can always pause the recording and go to the other side, or extend it on a little bit longer. You can do one side at a time, and then, or like I'm alternating. So you could, like I said, you could isolate one side at a time, or you could extend it out longer with more repetitions. The next thing we do is going to come into all 4 position. I'm going to change my hand strap. I'm going to bring my hands a little bit closer. Plant down into the all 4 position. So I'm going to bring my hands a little bit in front of my shoulder. I'm going to line everything up. I'm going to pull myself up. Fill the back, mid-back up with my sternum. Lift the sit bones. And then I'm going to hover my knees up. So I'm going to hover up into this hovering knee position. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift one leg up. So I'm going to hinge that leg up. I'm going to hinge that leg down. Hinge the leg up and back down. We make sure we don't over-rotate the body as we do that. I'm fairly much in my street clothes right now. So you don't have to have a certain attire on. It does help. I'm going to go about 3 times on each side. So let's go to the other side. I'm going to hover that opposite leg and I'm going to hinge this leg up. So I feel like I'm pushing the sole of my foot up into the sky. You can also point with your toes or point with your heel, depending. Let's do maybe one more time. So 3 or 4 times each side. And I'm going to come back down. Okay, so then I'm just going to lower the knees and lift. Lower the knees and lift. So there's little hovers there. And lower one more time after this one. Last time. Okay, so from here, what I'm going to do is extend the legs out into my plank. And I'm going to hold a plank position. You can hold for anywhere from 3 to 5 counts. Or 3 to 5 cycles of breath. So from here, I'm going to set my knees back down. Come into a rest, child's pose. Take a deep inhale through your nose, exhale out through your mouth. One more time, inhale, And then exhale, start to drag your body up and roll back to the top. Okay, so from here I'm going to turn over to my side to face you. So for like martial artists, we can think of, or any type of movement practitioner, we think of maybe taking the foot, if you want to loop it over with a strap. I have this OPT strap, stretch out strap, so it has all these loops in it. So if you have one of those, you're going to put your foot on the very end of it. You're going to go up about 2, 3, 4, maybe 4 to 5 holds here. You could go further depending on how long or how tall you are. Right, so I'm going to hook onto one of these here. So like I said, and I'm going to lay on my side. Okay, so we'll make sure we're kind of lifting up, staying stacked, hip stacked, shoulder stacked. I'm going to bend the knee in, so the strap can either go on the top of your knee or go below it, depending on what's comfortable for you. For some people, they're going to want it to have the knee on top of the strap, and some people will be okay with the other strap on top of the knee. So whichever side that feels more comfortable. Think of doing a side kick. Length, and I'm using that arm to help move and really facilitate that leg drawing into the hip. And I think drawing the abdominal wall into the spine as I'm moving back and forth. And I'm kind of using that arm to move back and forth. Now, anywhere from 5 to 10 times like that, we can also hold. And of course, you could even change the angle. You could even go up higher with it. Higher with that, if you want. Okay? If you really want to get into developing, and then you could also maybe lessen the amount of resistance you have in your arm to where you get more into the leg and hip. Okay? But the arm's there to help it. For those that maybe have an issue with kicking really high, you could use this strap like this and be on your side to really help facilitate that movement going upward, that you might not be able to get the high kick with that. Okay? So you work up with that. All right, so now from here you're going to hinge the leg forward, just swinging the leg back and forth. I'm going to point and flex the foot. So you're getting a little dexterity of the ankle, a little coordination. So I point the toe as I go back, and I flex the foot as I come forward. I point as I go back, and I flex as I come forward. And point one more time, anywhere to 5 to 10 of these. Okay? Then I point the toe, and I circle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go the other way. We can build up to 10 of these if we want. 3, 4, 5. Kind of flex the foot, lower the leg down. Then we can take the leg and drop it to the inside. And we can kind of pound that hip out a little bit. Okay, and you can kind of stretch back. Take a deep breath, inhale through the nose, and exhale out through the mouth. Rotate around. And of course, any of these positions you can hold longer. You can also do more repetitions, and obviously you can do less if you need to. So we go to the other side. We extend out with that. Now I'm on the left side. I'm to keep facing you, and again I can take that strap and I pull in. So again, you can play around with how you have that strap. Some people want it on the inside so they can support that leg on the strap when it comes in, and some people would prefer it on the top side. I kind of like it on the top side as I do that. It's anywhere from 5 to 10 repetitions on this, and again, of course, you can support your head with a pillow or a towel or just your hand. Leading with the side of your foot, point the toes towards your kneecap, side edge of your foot and heel leads out. Again, we can go into a kicking a little bit higher. You have to stay completely a little bit more controlled in your center as you do that, because you can fall backwards when you do that kicking. So we want to make sure the leg kicks out, pull back, kick out, pull back. And of course, I can use that arm to help really control that leg if I need more control. Slower is going to be a lot harder to do. Okay, then I can kind of lower it down. I can bring the foot forward as I flex the foot, and then I plantar flex as I go back. Dorsiflex as I come forward, plantar flex as I go back. Watch the in and out of the belly and the ribs. Make sure that you keep the hips stacked and the shoulders stacked while you do that, okay? Point and flex. And one more time. We're going to point the toe. We're going to circle 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We take the leg, we bring it down. I take this top arm and hold the leg, hold it maybe a little closer, and then I fall back wherever that is. I can even take my hand and bring it right here and open my armpit a little bit higher to the ceiling, sky area. On the next exhale, bring that back. Okay, just make sure you don't do it underneath a bunch of pigeons. Okay, so the next thing we do is we take the straps. I'm going to go with 2 straps like that. You can, of course, just hold on to a belt about shoulder width apart, okay? So, or a towel. I'm going to lay down on my belly. Again, this is going to really create a lot of connection in the hips, understanding how the legs connect into your hips, strengthening the pelvis up, and the connection of your legs into your hips. So all the upper leg connection in the hips and the upper leg into the core. So we're going to bring the arms apart. We're going to lift the arms up and hover upward into like a Superman or Superwoman hold here. So I'm pushing out into the belt, horizontally out. I'm drawing the navel in. I'm feeling the back muscles, lower back muscles up with my abdominal muscles. I'm holding right here. I can point the toe. I can even lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we hold here again. We can do anywhere from 2 to 3 sets like that. I like the stagnant, stationary position because I can build up a lot of endurance and strength without a lot of repetition. It can be just as hard. I lower the legs and arms down, take a break for a moment. The last thing we do is another variation. I'm going to lift up, and I'm going to take the strap and bring it to my forehead. Elbows go out wide, and I'm going to start to paddle my legs. So almost like this in water. And I'm paddling water with my feet, my legs. My paddle legs are working. This is right where the legs are inserting up into the hamstrings, glute area. And I'm taking my arms wide. The elbows go wide as I bring the strap in. And I reach back out. Let's do one more time. We paddle. Breathe in through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. And then we pause, we lower. Okay, so from there, what we're going to do is we're going to flip over onto our stomach. We're going to take the strap and put it on one foot. And we're going to grab maybe, like I said, it depends on how tall, how long you are. So you can go anywhere from the 5th, 6th loop, but just get a length. And what I want to do is to be able to get a lot of length to this. So for me, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 7 or so straps of this, okay? So what I want to do is I want to take, maybe I'll take that strap up, but with the belt, I'm going to take this rope and I'm going to just lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. So I want the arm and leg to be connected together, and I'm lifting both of them at the same time. Both at the same time. You can lift your head and shoulders if you want. Make your head's relaxing into your hands. You can also set your head down while you do this. Maybe exhale to lift and inhale to lower, but as long as you're breathing. Now last time I'm going to come up, there's different variations, and the last variation we do is going to be our circle. So I'm going to circle the arm and leg around. And what I'm going to do is take my arm first and my leg will follow. Arm, then leg, and around. So they're following each other. But I want to make sure that this stays still as I can. So I mean, you can start a lot tinier, and then you can build up to bigger range of motions. Be careful of your shoulder. If you have to change it up a little bit and grab shorter, you certainly can do that. If that feels better for your shoulder and the connection, You know, obviously you can, I'm going to maybe take one more loop up versus 2 loops. And then I'm going to go the other way. So it looked like it was going to rain. It still might look like it's going to rain. But the sun's out at that end over the ocean. Storm off to my right. Cloudy over to the left. That beautiful sunset over here above the ocean line here. So get outside and work out. We're going to put the strap over to the other side. We'll put the belt again over to this hand. Find out what best strap serves you. We'll take the strap and we're going to go around one direction. Doesn't matter which way you start with first. And actually, let's just go back and forth first, just to kind of get that moving again, that connection there. So the arm length and the leg length hinge together. So we get a lot of work here. We can even go opposite arm to leg. I'm choosing to do same side for today. This is one variation of many. You should never run out of variations and information. We always run out of time. I always find that when I teach classes and when I work out and stuff, I always run out of time and never enough information. I always have tons of information. I never have the time to do it all. It's not about doing it all. It's about doing what you have time for. If you run out of time, it's okay. There'll be maybe another time to do it again. Maybe you'll think of some other variations. You'll have maybe some other time to get those exercises in. I always say maybe write it down. You say, well, I didn't get a chance to do that. Write it down in a notebook, piece of paper, your to-do list. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So anywhere from 8 to 10 times each way. From there, we take the strap off. I'm not even going to use the loops. I'm just going to take my feet and press them right into the straps and just hold on. I'm just going to sit there for just a moment, take a deep inhale through the nose, exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to open my legs wide, maybe just a little bit there. I'm just going to tilt to one side, and then I'm going to bring my body weight and tilt it to the other side. And my tilt, and tilt, and tilt, and back up. So I'm using my arm to push myself back up as well. If I get too far, I'll pull my legs back together. Bend your knees down. Reach them back up to the ceiling and the sky. I have no ceiling other than the blue sky. The heels go up, stretch the feet back. I put one leg down, stretch. I hinge it to one side, medials inside. Take a deep breath, inhale. And I exhale back over to the other side. I come back up, last round. I take that leg and stretch. Elongating the spine, I hinge it to the inside medial line towards my opposite side. And then I hinge it over to the other side, which is my same side with my leg. I take a deep breath in, and I exhale up. Bend your legs up, take a deep inhale through the nose, inhale. Feel your back body breathing into the ground, into the actual earth, to the soil. Inhale. Exhale out. One more time. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out. Make your way to one side when you're ready. We'll sit up. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Don Abel, Abel Wellness. We're out of the Outer Banks, guys. Get outside and do something good for yourself. Get out there and do a workout outside. Go places where it's fun, enjoyable. Be with your family. Enjoy life. I'll see you next time. Take care.